Hello, my beautiful, colorful friends, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Bridget, and I am a True Color International Verified Bright Winter. And today I'm going to be doing another video that is a half and half makeup video. So we're going to be doing half of my face Bright Winter and the other half Bright Spring. So I hope this video will answer some of your questions if you're not sure which bright season you are, or if you are wondering if you can borrow colors from your sister season. We're gonna see how that works on my coloring. So let's get started. So let's begin by comparing Bright Winter and Bright Spring. So both of these seasons are the brightest of the 12 seasons in personal color analysis, which means that they have very high chroma. They're very saturated and very clear. Bright Winter is medium in value, so not too light or too dark, and Bright Spring is light to medium in value. And then the biggest difference between the two is that Bright Winter is a cool neutral season, so it's mostly blue undertones with a little bit of yellow warm influence from spring. And Bright Spring is a warm neutral season, which means that it's mostly yellow warm undertones with a little bit of cool blue influence from winter. There I am. So we're just going to begin with a very light tinted moisturizer and a little bit of eyeliner, and I'm going to show you what the Bright Spring colors look like on me. So I am a verified Bright Winter. I was draped a couple years ago, so these colors are definitely going to be a little bit too warm for me. You can see with this teal blue, I get a little bit of reflection on my chin. And then with this orange, I start to look a little, I feel like sweaty is the word. My face turns a little bit peachy and orange, and the whites of my eyes are not as vibrant, and I feel like the color kind of drags me down. There's something that's good about the brightness of this color. It's not totally washing me out or anything, but it is a little bit too warm. Same thing with this sort of red-orange color. I'm looking a little bit blotchy and my hair's looking washed out. It doesn't look quite as shiny and vibrant as it could. And I think you see a lot more texture on my cheeks when I bring this up. And I don't know, sweaty is the word that keeps coming to mind. So that's what I think when I see myself in Bright Spring. Not terrible, just a little bit too warm. All right, so now let's look at the Bright Winter colors. So these are the colors that I was draped in and are my best fit season for me. Immediately you see my jawline up here when I bring this up, and my skin goes really smooth. I have like this pink brightness in my cheeks. I look like I have a little bit of lipstick on. My features just get a lot more defined, and my hair looks the color that it actually is, and it's pretty shiny. Same thing with this blue. It really brings out my eyes, but that's not the only thing that we're looking for. Remember, we're looking for overall color harmony. So the blue and my face and hair and skin and eyes should all look like they belong in the same picture together. And I would say that they do. The other thing that you want to look at with these bright colors is you don't want them to overwhelm. Like if you see the color before you see the person, chances are it might be a little bit too high chroma or high saturation for that person. But on me, they look pretty balanced. Here's a Bright Winter purple, one of my favorite colors in my palette. I think this one looks really gorgeous. I'm getting that same jawline effect with the pink lips and the smooth skin, bright eyes, clean hair. All of those things are working really well. And then I just got this pashmina on Poshmark secondhand, but it's the perfect Bright Winter combination of blue and pink that makes this like silky purple color, and I just wanted to show it off because I think it's really beautiful and so cool. But yeah, it has that same effect as the other colors. It just kind of smooths me out and makes me look very harmonious. So here I am again in all the Bright Winter colors. You can see how even with all three drapes, it kind of all looks like part of the same picture. Those colors are naturally found in my skin, hair, and eyes, so they're a part of me. And then if we look at the bright spring colors, immediately I just look kind of peachy and like warm and greasy. My hair looks a little bit washed out. I feel like it makes my hair look almost lighter in a way. And it does brighten my face, but not in a harmonious, flattering way. It is a little bit overpowering for my coloring, and the warmth really makes me look orangey and peachy. My jawline isn't quite as defined here as well. Alright, so I'm going to do a silver earring for the bright winter side and then a gold for the bright spring side, just to show that cool and warm contrast. Then I'm going to do just a regular base, same foundation on both sides, just to even out my skin tone. I don't know why I chose to start with blush, but I did. So we're doing this kind of orangey red on the bright spring side and then a fuchsia pink on the bright winter side. So there's the two blush colors. I'm going to set that with a little bit of translucent powder. And for my eye look, I'm going to go for a really intense makeup look on both sides just to show what the makeup does, I guess. And both of these seasons, because they're bright, can handle a lot of makeup and a lot of contrast. In fact, the best looks for bright seasons is a intense full makeup look. If you've watched some of my other videos, I've explained that before. So I'm doing like a sunset yellow orange eye on the bright spring side, and then I'm doing a pink and silver eye for the bright winter side. And then we're going in with a orange lipstick for bright spring and then a fuchsia lipstick for bright winter. So I know it's a lot of makeup on both sides, but what I want you to see is the impression that the makeup makes. So on the bright spring side, I feel like you see the makeup before you see my face. You're like, that is a girl that's wearing a full face of makeup. And on the bright winter side, I think you see that as well, but the makeup blends a little bit better, and we'll see that with the drapes too. So now I have the bright spring drapes on, and you can see how the makeup and the drapes are harmonizing with each other. It makes the makeup look better, but my skin underneath still has a little bit of that greeny orange undertone that's being brought out by the warmth of those colors. And then if you look at the bright winter, I mean, I think the difference is extremely obvious how much it harmonizes, and it helps the bright spring side a lot more too, because it's harmonizing with my skin underneath the makeup, even though the makeup isn't harmonious. Also, look at the white of my eye on the bright winter side compared to the bright spring side. On the bright spring side, I think the white of my eye looks really yellow because it's just way too warm. And then the bright winter side has a lot more clarity and evenness to it overall. Here I am in both sets of drapes on each side, just so you can see the split between the two. I think one side definitely looks a lot more natural than the other. Okay, so now let's compare the colors. We have this bright spring orange again compared to the bright winter fuchsia. Everything on my face calms down a lot when I bring up those bright winter colors. So if you were thinking about borrowing colors from your sister season and putting them up close to your face, it actually might not be the best idea for you. Could I wear these bright spring colors and feel okay? Maybe. But would they be my best versions of those colors? Maybe not. I think I would rather stick with my bright winter palette and choose maybe a red that is close to that bright spring orange to bring out my best features, rather than trying to borrow from a season that I don't belong in and trying to make myself look harmonious. So I'm just showing you these two versions side by side. In this comparison, I didn't move, I didn't change the lighting. The only thing that's different is the colors behind me, and I think you can see how those colors go with my face on both sides. The bright spring is not as good as the bright winter side. So there's my comparison video for the day. Thank you all for watching so much, and if you want to see more content like this, make sure you subscribe before you head out, and I hope to be back soon. So bye-bye.